What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. Today, let's talk about the three vehicles I have going out today. These are all scheduled deliveries. The first one of the bunch here is this 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT trim. This is also called the 2FL, which is a focused lease model for General Motors. MSRP $55,295. And the only option added to this truck for $800 is this nice set of 20-inch aluminum wheels. So basically everything you see is pretty much standard on this particular trim. This is a crew cab. It's a 4 full door. It does have the short box. You can see at this price point, this trim level, there is no kind of bed liner, but you can always add a plastic drop-in, or you can have a third-party company do a spray-in bed liner. It does have a power release tailgate and a slow drop, so it's going to take its time lowering there. They all have like this composite style protector on the back of the tailgate. You have your corner step bumper with your handle right here, so it makes it nice and easy to hop right into bed if you need to. You'll also notice you do have bed lighting in the bed and also a 120 volt outlet. The LT package will always usually have body colored door handles, chrome mirror caps, chrome emblems, chrome front grille, and chrome bumpers. So if you're a fan of chrome, LT is the way to go. Inside the back seat here, you'll notice you have stadium style seats. So these seats are going to lift right up and give you a nice open floor if you need to put any kind of cargo in here. You also have USB ports and a power outlet in the back seat here as well. Normally I would show off my height at this point and hop in at 6'5" and show you how there's plenty of room, but it's nice and clean. I don't want to get you know, the salt and all from my boots on those floor mats in the back. So instead we'll just hop in the front. I got the paper mat here. Now what you'll see inside is a really nice and beautifully laid out Chevrolet Silverado interior. This is going to be everything in the LT and above as far as trim level. The new Chevrolet interior has a really nice horizontally aligned screen here. It is Google based, so you can pull up Google Maps. It's all touchscreen. It does have Android Auto. It has Apple CarPlay. It's got a nice clear HD backup camera, which you know, gives you guidelines that move with the steering wheel, all that sort of stuff that we're pretty much used to seeing in vehicles today. And it's got AM, FM satellite radio. It's got Bluetooth. You know, everything you need in a vehicle essentially is on this screen. So it's a really easy, intuitive system to use, which is important while you're on the road. You want to make sure you keep your eyes on the road, and you don't want to be messing around with buttons and knobs and things that are hard to control. You can do a lot of controls by voice, especially if you have either your iPhone or your Android phone paired to the vehicle. On cold days like today, people look for things like heated seats. It's standard in this particular trim. You also get a heated steering wheel in this particular trim. You know, on the steering wheel, basic controls, cruise on the left, all your driver information controls on the right, which is the screen up in front of us here. So you can go to all different you know, parameters of the vehicle, trip odometers, tire pressures, you know, your driver assistance features, all sorts of different pages of information. The driver assistant features like lane keep assist, forward collision alert, forward emergency braking, you know, all that sort of stuff, again, standard in this particular trim. There's plenty of storage. You got a nice little storage pocket up here. It's a good spot to put a phone. You do have storage inside your center armrest. This armrest lifts to expose a third seat in the front or extra storage underneath the seat. You do have dual glove boxes, a lower and an upper. So there's, you know, little compartments, and there's places to really put everything that you would carry in your truck. You even, of course, have your bottle holders and all the spots on the door here. You know, so it's really laid out very nicely. It's a nice looking interior, very easy to use, and I think a lot of people are really enjoying it. I actually sold this vehicle back on January 4th. Today's January 18th. We had to wait for some stipulations to come through. The customer had to get a couple things organized before they can take physical delivery of the truck. But again, we had that scheduled for today. It was an interesting sales experience when I was with him. Actually, I'm gonna hop back in and let's touch on that real quick. This customer that's buying this truck was a fresh customer to me, right? So they came in, they were looking at pickup trucks. So we started, you know, finding out what their needs were for a truck. Were they doing any kind of towing or hauling? Like, what's the specifications? And we narrowed it down to this basic trim level, right? And then we got to numbers. We started talking about the pricing of the truck, and they were trying to keep to a certain budget. They're leasing the truck. I ran into a bit of a snag, right? Because leasing is very interesting. It's all based on the lease programs on a particular vehicle. Certain vehicles, like this one being an FL, a focused lease model, has a very good lease program. So sometimes you can take a truck that's actually cheaper MSRP. In this case, it was a Colorado, but the lease would actually turn out to be more because the program is not as good. And that's sort of what happened here. Now, imagine you're with a salesperson that you just met maybe a half hour earlier, and you're trying to save money. So you're saying, I'm gonna look at a Colorado, which is like $11,000, $12,000 less truck, and the salesman's telling you, no, 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 it's more into payment on the lease. It kind of put a little wrench into negotiating, but in any event, we stayed the course. I explained why we were very thorough. They also wanted to look at other makes and models, which they did. So it got to a point where we were trying to put the deal together. You can only really push so much, and at that point, you sometimes have to let a customer go so you preserve the relationship. This way, they're willing to come back. If you constantly pressure, and then they still leave and they don't buy, a lot of times people will be reluctant to come back because they don't want to go through that pressure all over again. So in any event, the customer left. They hit a couple stores right here on Route 10, and they called me right back and said, listen, we want to go with yours. We're going to come right back. And they came back to me. After we put the whole deal together, because they still worked me a little bit on the number, they had explained that everywhere they went, it was more expensive. So we were truly giving them the best deal they could have got on a vehicle. And they also kind of understood how a truck can be less money, and because the lease isn't as strong, the rebate programs aren't as strong, the payment in the long run could actually be more expensive. The next delivery for the day, this 2024 Chevrolet Equinox LT. This is a beautiful color in Lakeshore Blue Metallic. Again, this is an LT, MSRP $33,690. Now this does have the safety and infotainment package added to it, which is about $1,200. Now everything you get in that package is pretty much stuff you can experience inside the vehicle, right? So it does give you a 120 volt outlet. You get a couple of USB data ports in your center console. It does give you a heated steering wheel, which is a very nice option that a lot of people like. You're getting the 8-inch HD color touchscreen radio here, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and you're even getting HD surround vision, so your cameras are gonna give you all those different angles, you know, front, back, down the side, bird's eye view, you know, all the stuff we've discussed in videos in the past. It even gives you adaptive cruise control, and with that package, your outside mirrors become heated. This is an LT model, so like we just talked about in the Silverado LTs, you're getting some chrome trim. In this case, you're getting body color mirror caps. You do get body color door handles, chrome trim along the window line there. These trucks do have remote start, and they also have the power liftgate in the back. I think it's pretty important to mention they all do come with a compact spare tire, and you do have a lot of storage space here, and you can make it obviously larger by folding those seats, which you can do right here from the side in the rear cargo area. Make it nice and easy if you buy something to drop the seats and slide your cargo right in. The Equinox here is a great vehicle that kind of fits all different people's needs, right? So it can be somebody that's single that just needs a car to go back and forth to work. It's a great commuter vehicle. It works for families. You know, you got 5 passenger seating here. It's just a really nice option. It's also all-wheel drive. So you can see the snow on the road here in New Jersey. Generally, you can run it in front-wheel drive for summer months, spring, fall, when there's nothing on the road. Anytime it's wet, icy, snowy, you hit one button and you can go into all-wheel drive and have better traction. This deal was actually a pretty cool deal to work as well, because I sold this on Monday, and this was the first experience that our new salesperson had with shadowing me on a car deal. And it kind of went full circle, because we went from an appointment that was made to the customer showing up, looking at different vehicles, you know, going through the whole process of going over the vehicle, test drive, all that sort of stuff, negotiating the deal, and then selling the vehicle. So it all worked out real well. Now, what brought them back here to the store is something that I preach all the time, in that customer service is everything, right? You got to separate yourself from the normal salesperson and stand out in a way that people come back. And that's exactly what happened here. This customer actually bought a car from me back in 2017, and the reason she said she came back was because she always remembered that the experience with me was a very good one. All right, very busy day here, but this is our third and final delivery for the day. 2024 Trailblazer RS in all-wheel drive, MSRP $33,080. This truck really has it all. It's got the sunroof, it's got the confidence package, got the convenience package. So it's got like the extra power outlet, the 120 volt. It has the power hands-free liftgate. It has the wireless charging system. It has the auto climate control. You know, just really loaded up to the gills. The customer's here right now signing for this car, so I have to get back inside. So I'll let you know, this is the third car this particular customer has purchased from me over the years. Repeat and referral business, that's the name of the game.
Good evening. Welcome to Schumacher Chevrolet.